Hello everyone, it's Silver Engines 912 back again, and I have here my RC flip face Toby. Now, a few people have asked me to show off how I made it, so I decided why not. I didn't do anything for Christmas or New Year because I was on vacation, and I've gotten some requests to show off how I made this. So you can free roll. That is not something that I've taken away from the toy with the RC modification. Of course, it's pretty obvious. You have to get rid of the blue copper car behind him and just replace the end with just a normal coupling if you plan on using him for filming, of course. So I took that. I mean, you can fit the electronics in the car if you want, but I needed him for independent use, so I just went ahead and did that. All right, so I'm gonna open him up here, and I didn't screw him back in. All you need to do is just simply, come on, pop the shell off, just like that. Be very careful with it. So this is actually the circuit board. I'm gonna bring this more into frame here and explain how this works. If it'll focus there. So it is currently on the off position. When I initially made this, I was very, very bad at soldering, so I sent it over to a friend in Asai Toys to have it updated. So what Nas went and did was solder the wires better than I did, and he actually soldered them inside the motor. I don't know if you can see that, it'll focus. But he did solder them inside the motor very, very nicely. Although the black wire here is just soldered directly into the battery terminal right there. So yeah, if you have this Toby and you've opened it up before, you know that the batteries don't actually go in the engine. So there's very limited space. The only modification you'll really need to do to the shell is cut one portion out, or cut a couple portions out. So there was a box with weights here. You just gotta grind that down, and I cut that out with a Dremel. So that was very simple to do. And this area right here, there's two boxes with weights. I simply just cut that out with a soldering iron. Toby isn't very fast, and he has a battery life of about 2 minutes, but it's well worth it for this mod in my opinion. So charging is actually pretty simple. All you do is just take your Adventure Force Nano Racer remote. This is actually the charging port for it, and you just want to plug it in the 3 prongs by the off switch. That's where you want to be. So you simply just plug it in and then just wait for that to charge fully. I'm gonna shut this off here. There's still power being directed. So you want to charge that, and when that light turns green, the red light should be fully charged. It takes about 10 minutes to charge. And when that red light either turns green on the newer models, or when it starts flashing after a certain amount of time, the engine should be fully charged. So onto the circuit. The circuit is from the Mustang GT Adventure Force Nano Racer. You could buy these at Walmart, and I think they're $8, so they're pretty cheap. This specific toy takes 2 AA's in the remote control compartment. However, the circuit board does not take any batteries. So I'm gonna move everything up here, and I'm gonna show you the charging. So to turn it on, you're going to need to turn on the switch and turn this second switch from the car on as well. And I did initially try to remove it, but I didn't want the toy to not work anymore, so. So yeah, this toggle doesn't work because I've severed the wires from the multi-directional, but it should work like this. It is only 1 speed, sadly, but it can go forwards and backwards, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, now the circuit board does actually look pretty big, but it's actually smaller than an A23 battery. So how I get this back on is that I just cut one of the boxes out. I tend to just focus the circuit board to the area where I've cut the box out. So there's more room for it to pass through, if that makes any sense. So I just do it diagonally there. And then with some fiddling around, I simply clip Toby's shell on top of the circuit board, like so. There we go. And once you charge it fully, here's your fully working RC flip face Toby. He's not the slowest, he's not the fastest either, come on. Sometimes you can experience connection issues too, if the remote is too far away. But he is a pretty cool model. Enjoy making one yourself.